Всем привет! Когда голландцы едят что-то вкусное, они говорят «lekker». Но не все, что кажется им lekker, нравится нам. А ведь для ощущения дома так важно иметь возможность есть блюда своей национальной кухни. Я жду в гости Ariel. Сегодня мы будем готовить с ней из местных продуктов блюда, привычные нам. Ariel поделится бабушкиным рецептом американского завтрака. А я буду готовить русские пельмени. Кажется, это она.
I'm going to make a tomato and bacon gravy with a buttermilk biscuit. First, what we're going to do is we're going to blanch, core, and peel a tomato. And after it's peeled and cored, you're just going to cut it. The reason that I don't use a cutting board is so that you can keep all of the tomato juice together, because you need that juice in order to make the gravy, because it's most of your liquid for that. Of course, you can just use a tin or a can of tomatoes, crushed tomatoes from the grocery store. But growing up on a farm, I got really spoiled with tomatoes, and I just need fresh tomatoes. And next, we're cooking the bacon so that it renders some of the fat. And then we will remove the bacon from it while leaving the fat, and then add a little bit of butter and flour to create a roux in order to make our gravy. Once the roux has formed, then we're going to add the tomatoes and throw them in and mix it up until it's all incorporated and mixed together. Once your tomatoes and flour are combined, then you need to add some milk and add some salt and pepper. Once it's boiling, you want to start breaking down the tomatoes by just smashing them. Then you can put your bacon back in. And that's all for the gravy. Now we're going to start on the biscuits, which, as Tanya reminded me, are not cookies, as a lot of people think of as biscuits. We're talking about American biscuits that are a little bread. This is based off of my grandmother's recipe, but she just used flour and buttermilk. But I like butter, so I'm adding butter. And no one has ever been able to replicate her recipe, so this is as good as I can do. It's milk that's kind of curdled and is really disgusting, but it helps biscuits rise and makes them really delicious. Now, if you can't find buttermilk, which I usually can't here, you just take any regular milk and then add a little bit of vinegar or lemon juice to it, and that curdles it and does what we need it to. And to that, the buttermilk, we're going to add some melted butter. Quarter buttermilk to melted butter. For this part, it's really important for the butter to be melted and the buttermilk to be very cold. Otherwise, it won't create the gelatinous little bubbles of butter. We're going to add the butter, but we're going to reserve a little bit to brush on top of the biscuits before they go in the oven. And now we're going to add the flour, which you take about a cup of flour. To the flour, you're going to add a teaspoon of baking powder and a little bit of salt, just half a teaspoon maybe. And then you sift it together really quick. And then you add your liquids, your butter and buttermilk mixture. You just pour it in. It's important not to overwork the dough. You just mix it together until it's just sticking together. It can still be really sticky. There can be some flour left over. So what you're going to do is you're just going to scoop about what would equate to a golf ball size. and then drop it onto the sheet. And the last step before we put them in the oven is to just baste them, brush them with some butter. The butter will make them nice and brown on top and give it even more of a butter flavor. And when they come out of the oven, they should have risen a bit and be brown on the bottom and starting to become golden brown on top. So you want them to be like this, which is buttery and flaky. So what you do, you just add some of your tomato gravy on top. Now it's done. Tanya, do you want to try?
Это очень вкусно. Ну а ты-то сама довольна? Местные помидоры годятся для твоего блюда?
It's really good.
Я рада, что у тебя все получилось. А сейчас я буду готовить пельмени. Для того, чтобы приготовить пельмени, нам нужно тесто и начинка. Я беру муку, насыпаю ее в чашу. Добавляем одно яичко. И начинаем перемешивать. А позже добавляем воды. И смотрим по консистенции. Мы можем еще прибавлять муки, а затем опять немного воды. И до тех пор, пока тесто не станет у нас упругим, но при этом не очень твердым. Тесто у нас получилось замечательное, то, что нам нужно, но ему надо дать время немного полежать. А я приступаю к фаршу. И для начала потру на терке лук. К луку я добавляю фарш говяжий и свиной в соотношении 2 к 1. Примерно так. Хотя у каждой хозяйки, конечно, есть свой рецепт приготовления пельменей. Фарш надо посолить. Черный перчик добавляем обязательно. И теперь уже все перемешиваем. И вот теперь, когда у нас готова и начинка, и тесто, мы приступаем к самому интересному. Мы будем лепить пельмени. Тесто мы еще раз помнем руками и отрезаем небольшой кусочек. Делаем колбаску. Потом мы колбаску нарезаем кусочками, примерно по сантиметру. Берем скалку и катаем сочни. Толщина одного сочня примерно 1 мм. Берем немного мяса, ну, если вы любите своих гостей, то много мяса. Кладете в серединку и слепляем края. Вот таким образом. И затем краешки мы соединяем. Пельмень готов. Ariel, do you want to try?
Sure.
Пельмени готовы. Нам осталось их только сварить. По традиции пельмени едят со сметаной. Вот этот продукт sour cream можно условно назвать сметаной. Хотя в русском, польском магазине можно найти настоящую. Но для чистоты эксперимента я буду использовать голландский продукт. Это гораздо лучше, чем те полуфабрикаты, которые я брала в магазине. И даже напоминают мне пельмени из моего детства. Ariel, do you want to try?
I really like it.
Thank you, Ariel, for sharing with us your recipe.
Oh, you're welcome, Tanya. I had a great time and I really loved the pony.
Oh, I'm very glad. So, we can feel here at home?
Yeah, it's easy to feel at home when you can make all of your favorite dishes with anything that you find at the supermarket.